Hello anyone, Mr. Skyson here, and welcome to Synth Rider, a game from some of the same people who made Flirth, and one that came out of the absurd aspect ratio jam. That sounds absurd, but what's not absurd is this game. It's really simple, but actually I'll just read their description for it. Painstakingly carved from the Unreal Engine to the tune of pop, 808 snares, and synthesizers, Synth Rider is a visually overloaded racer where you cruise the information superhighway, taking in the lights and dodging crystals. 'Cause, it's good to dodge crystals in a racing game. I don't know about you, but this game sounds pretty rad, so let's go. That's a jingle. And that's an absurd aspect ratio. Here we go! Digging this already. Like the visuals, very simple, kind of a low poly thing going on, but very shiny. And I like shiny things. Very 80s looking car here. Oh, that's a crystal. And digging the music. That is some quality music going on there. I forget who they said made it, but I will provide a link to the music's creator in the description if you are interested. Whoa. And I'm digging this because it's a racing game. I have mentioned in the past that I'm not super fond of racing games, but if I recall, this is just a point A to point B type of race. You're just cruising. Whoops. I am cruising poorly at the moment, but yeah, overall you're just cruising, and I like that. I am actually fine with that kind of racing game. So I should probably clarify, I don't hate all racing games. I don't even hate racing games, they're just not really for me. But like if they have a good, whoa, with the aspect ratio, it's so absurd. Ooh, it's the end. It's the end. You finished in 1 minute, 12 seconds. Ooh. That was short though. Where's the any key? Where's the any key? Oh, there it is. I guess that's the end of the game? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's a very short game. You can literally beat it in about a minute. So that's kinda neat. It leaves me wanting a bit more though, because this was pretty fun. I like the idea of this because it's, again, you're literally just cruising. You're just going to the music. Nice visuals, all that is very 80s feeling. But yeah, my stance on racing games. Not a huge fan of, like, the traditional ones. I've never cared for those where you're just on the track and just going. So, like, what's a good example? Like the Gran Turismo games, or Formula 1 racing games, or, NASCAR, I suppose. Yeah, ooh, they're turning left! What are they gonna do next? Oh my god, they're turning left. So yeah, I never cared much for the track-based games. But if it's a point A to point B type game, kinda like this, then I don't mind it quite so much. And, don't try to, bring out the pitchforks and torches or anything for me, but I also don't care much for, like, the, hey, yeah, it's slightly better. Also don't care much for, like, Mario Kart. Again, don't try to kill me for that, that's just the way that I feel, because it's just, you're just going in circles or whatever wobbly shape, you're just going in the same track, and I don't know, that just never really appealed to me. But you get this. It's kind of like when you're playing a Grand Theft Auto game, and you just jack a car just for the sake of jacking a car, and you just go. Like, you're not trying to do missions, you're not trying to do anything. So occasionally you'll run over some people, but other than that, you're just going. And I like that. That's the kind of racing game that I like, where you're just point A to point B, just go. I mean, yeah, you're going against a clock or trying to see how well you can do maybe, but you don't have to. You can just have fun with it. You can just go. And I like that. I like the freedom of that in a game like this. And I like the overall, I really like the sound, but I also like the overall visuals because, yeah, I'm not doing so well at dodging the crystals, but whatever. I'm going. Whee! Yeah, I like the overall visuals and the aspect thing. That's a pretty neat mechanic for it. Or, I say mechanic, it's not something that I have control over, but it's a neat, a neat feature, there we go. That's a word that I can use for it. It's a nice little feature because it actually sort of works, especially with the with the music and all, because you start out, it's the vertical thing, and then it widens out, and then it goes into, whoa, yeah, it starts changing around as you're going around the curves and all, and that's pretty neat. I like that. It makes it seem very cinematic, which is probably exactly what they were going for if I had to take a guess. Getting slightly better at dodging some of the things, yay! Yeah, maybe tweak the way the crystals look just a little bit, and this would be a really nice looking game. I would really like it if they could do more with it though, because I'm not super big on the racing games, but when they're like this, again, I like when you're just going, and this is really cool. Like, get a good soundtrack for the game and just have it something like this, going through different levels, like maybe a cityscape level, or I don't know, 80s laser beach or something like that. Woo! Wow, just barely dodged that one. Whoosh! I like that. Just suddenly the border changes. Whee! Hey, I'm doing slightly better each time. Maybe I'll be able to go without hitting anything. Probably not. Very bad at some of the turns. Yeah, one of my favorite type of racing games is the road rash games. Because even though you're racing against people, you're racing trying to get the best time and all that, it's got that fun little gimmick of being able to beat the living snot out of everybody, and that's just a good time for a racing game, because it's like, yeah, we're racing. I don't like that you're in first, so I'm going to knock you unconscious for a while. I like that. I always enjoyed the road rash games. Would like to play one of my favorites for the channel, but unfortunately I can't, because I would probably be struck down for copyright, because it's got a soundtrack with copyright music, and that kind of sucks. Not that it has the music, just that I can't play it for that reason. And it's not as fun without the music. Sure, I could mute it, but then I would be bored while playing it. Even if I would be beating the crap out of people. And police, because that was fun too. You get police coming after you in those games, and you can beat the crap out of them too. Though I don't condone the actual beating of police. That's a bad thing and can get you into a lot of trouble. Oh, I'm not doing much better. Maybe in another couple of tries. Ready, go! Like all the floating things too. Yeah, as I was trying to mention early on, it's got the low poly thing, but everything's so shiny, so that makes up for it. It's like everything is like a colored chrome world. Would have been neat if the crystals were actually like silver chrome or something. That would be cool. But instead, they're just kind of glassy looking. Well, not even glassy looking. They're not really shiny. They're the only things in this game that aren't shiny, and they're crystals. They're supposed to be shiny. I just noticed that. I'm in a shiny world. It's a reverse world. The road that shouldn't be shiny is quite shiny. It's probably one of the most shiny things here, and the shiny crystals, the things that should be reflective, should be very shiny. Or, very not shiny. Darn it! I don't think I've managed to dodge that crystal right there, or at least I've hit one of the crystals in that turn every single time, I think. Whee! But I'm very good at dodging those, and I like that. That's the kind of thing that I like in a game like this. Because I've played a few where you're just cruising to music like this before, and I like that part where you just whoosh, just dodging between things while really good tunes play. That's one of those feel-good kind of things. Kind of like when you're watching a movie or an animation or something where it's set to the music, and you're just watching them go and do all the fancy movements through everything. It's a good time. Whee! Ooh, a little bit better. I didn't hit anything that time. Pretty sure I haven't hit anything through here before, so I'm already ahead of the game. Huzzah! Whoosh! Really like this music though. Probably going to listen to it on my own time, because the one that did the music, or one's, not sure if it's a person or a group, but they've got a lot of music going on, so I'm hip to that. I really like it when it picks up. Oh, here we go in the turn. Ah, ooh. Oh yeah. I actually, no, there it is. As soon as I say it, that's when I hit the spot. Darn it. Got a little ahead of myself. I thought that I was Already passing the right spot. Oh, yeah. Wait, what's my time? Aww. Not my best time. But still, 105. That's pretty good. And as I've run through the same track repeatedly now, I will probably go ahead and end it there. Only so many times you can make a video going through the same track over and over. But yeah, I would very much like to see a game like this, or just see this game be worked on more and have more levels to it, because this was a good time. This was fun. The level was really short, but really good for what it is. Because again, you're just cruising to really good music, and I like that. That's the kind of thing I enjoy with racing and all. But anywho, this has been Synth Rider. I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you did, then give the like button a tap. And if you want to see more like this or more from me, then give the subscribe button a big thumbs up. I will see you all next time, and remember to stay groovy.